Welcome to day 85 of my 100 days of Webflow journey. Today we're going to continue on building that Apple Mac Mini website. We started yesterday with the style guide. We added some styles. We built the basic layout. So let's get to it. Don't forget to subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and stay tuned on this 100 days of Webflow journey. Let's go. So we will continue on building the Mac Mini page. We will try to cover as much as possible in this half an hour today. And we will continue with the layout, with the styles, with the colors, with all the visual stuff. So let's get to that. First, we will need a navbar. So I'm just going to build a simplified version. I'm just going to build this navbar right here. So let's do that. First, we have section nav, which has a different color. So we're going to get that color. And we're going to apply it to section nav. Move this around. This is the dark color that is the background of the nav, and then inside it we will have not a link block but a div block that is padding global, and then inside padding global there will be a container medium. Right, and then section nav maybe will have like 0.75 frames up and down padding. Where is it? 0.75 rem up and down. That's good. And then we will start with the content. So we have the logo. It says Mac Mini. This takes you home. So this is a link block. I'll just put that. And then we have a div block that is the container for all these links. So we're going to do that. And yeah, so first we will add a div block. We'll call it navbar component. And then it will have both the link block and this new div block, which we'll call it nav menu. And we'll just align this display flex horizontal, and then we justify space between. Now this first one is going to say Mac Mini, and this is text, so we'll just add a text. We'll make it say Mac Mini. Is it Mac Mini? So let's do that. So this one will be 21. And it will be bold. Not extra bold, just bold. And then it will be centered as well. And then we have, let's align here center as well, just so everything just aligns. Here, let's have the links. So let's add the items, so the link block. And then inside that, there will be a text. We will copy the text, say overview, text specs, compare new to Mac. So we're gonna have 4 text, overview. And yeah, just gonna make it like 4 of them. So overview, text specs, compare new to Mac. All right. Also, one thing I want to change in the style guide is the body color. So body color needs to change to match the one on Apple. All right. So this will be black. And the text will be white. Let's use global white. All right, so we're good here. And then let's go back to our page. Now we're gonna find out that it turned black as well. All right, so let's keep going. Now we need to create the colors for this. So, so the links will be nav bar link item, and this will have colors. You know, I really want something that can name the classes for me, because I face a lot of time just naming classes, which is annoying. And yeah, it's a bit frustrating sometimes. You just don't know what to name, and you waste so much energy on that, and you end up just not building the thing. Okay, so let's, now that we gave navbar link item to all of them, let's go to the parent element. So this is navbar link item inside the navbar link item. Not sure. Okay, so nav menu, we will display flex vertical horizontal, and we will give it like a gap of, let's say, 24. So the width is 24. So I give gaps sometimes using the flex gap feature. This was recently released by Webflow, so I think it's really useful. You can always opt for having a div block that can act as a spacer, and we might use that in some use cases, but in general we just like to do that with, yeah. So let's call this logo nav, or nav logo wrapper. It's not really the logo, but yeah. And then we'll remove the decoration because we don't need any lines under it. And do these have lines? We'll also remove the decoration. So there are 12 font size. So we'll just disconnect this and go to 12 divided by 16, 0.75, and that applies for all of them. And let's remove this class from here because it's acting with the color. And let's just color this white. No, won't be white. And yeah, like I think that's about it. We don't need to focus on this bit a lot. The navbar, oh, we have this button here. We need to make this button. So let's make this button. Also notice the typo. Very nice build. Okay, so nav menu, we'll just add an item, which will be a button. We'll call this button, or button. It has a style, okay. And this will be is primary. And we will style it the same way as the buy button there. So we'll have the background of blue, and we'll add this color as a swatch because this is important color. So we'll add color main blue, and the font size, the font color will be white. The font size will be 12, I think, as well. So we'll do 12. And just remove that. We'll write 12. There are also some paddings, so we'll do that. I think they're also 12. So we'll add these paddings everywhere. What's the padding from the top? Okay, maybe here will be 0.25 up and down, 0.75 right and left. This will say buy. And there is no text decoration, and it will have a radius of 980 pixels. What? Can you do that? Interesting. Okay, so that's about it. Let's center everything. So we'll center everything here as well, in the nav menu, just center it. And now we have the nav. Now we'll build the section header. Section header will have, so in the section header, we have this image here. And I actually exported all the assets beforehand. So we're just gonna copy those assets here and apply them. Yeah, also Chandler is part of my style guide, and I'm heartbroken with the recent news. Chandler brought many laughs to my life, and I'm forever grateful for that. Okay, so we have the main image, which is this one. So let's put this one inside the container, but this will be container large. Yeah. And this we'll call this header bg image. Now we will, okay, I would like to wrap it in a div block. I always do that. This is good for, you know, accessibility and different browser issues. So header background image, so we go header bg image wrapper, and then header background images inside. One more thing, we will add the section of the text. So this section, let's do that. So first we will have a div block, and that will be header content, and inside it we'll have a max width. What is this, like let's see the style guide, or let's just try it out. Let's say max width, because we set this up yesterday and I forgot which one we chose. I think medium. No, maybe max width large. Yeah, this looks about right. And we'll center it. Center. Align center. So this is what we call a utility class. So you just like add it and it gives you what we need, which is auto from the side and centering the element. So we don't need to create a new class, or we don't need to adjust our current class to do something, that we can use a utility class to do it for us. I don't know, I have a bad feeling about this button. 0.7. So let's continue. Let's add a heading. So first is heading 1, and that will say Mac Mini, just like that. No, just Mini and Mini. And yeah, we can center this as well. Like we can add text align center as well. So it just centers everything. So now we used 2 combo classes, which is not a very good practice, but in this case we can pull it off. Then we have more muscle, more hustle. We'll add a heading 2. So in heading 2, we'll say more muscle, more hustle. This will have a weird gradient. So let's see if Webflow allows us to do that. So what we will be doing is adding a gradient, and it will be a radial gradient. So it's white basically, and this will be this color, and then the dark is black, and it's actual black. So let's do that. And what will it be? Yeah, let's try this. So how we do it here is just we're gonna clip background to text. So now we have this as the Apple website. I think we can play around with the size. So you see, like, okay, it's working here. Maybe give it a bit more dark on the side, and yeah, a bit darker here, just like dark. Yeah, this is good. Also, let's change. So let's call this heading gradient, or header gradient text. So I'm gonna do the height as much as the size, so it's just like looks neater. And yeah, that's about it. Let's see if there's a bit of space. So maybe now in this case, let's add that spacer. So we have spacer maybe small. Yeah, that looks about it. Okay, we'll need to add this paragraph. This paragraph also has some spacer, so maybe we'll duplicate the spacer. No, duplicate the spacer. We'll add it under, and then we will drop in this paragraph. This paragraph will say this text here, and then we'll paste it. This will be, no, see, when we paste, sometimes it grabs the bold, so it creates like a, you know, a span. So we'll just need to like remove that, and we will style it ourselves. This will be, I think, text size large. So I'll just put text size large. Yeah, this looks like it. Okay, text size large. We have this grayish color, so let's apply that. So actually apply that to, I think I have it like text color gray. This is it, yeah, this is it. All right, let's continue then. Again, remove the bold. Let's remove the bold span. I don't want bold span. This is looking good. Now I think this is wider here. And then again, we have different fonts, so this will affect definitely. So let's continue. We have this section here. So this will be a line flex center. Let's say we add another spacer, and then we will add a flex center or center. What do we have? What centers do we have? A line center, text align center. Align center? No. Let's create one. Flex center. And it will just be centering and horizontal. Okay, we can say edge as well to specify horizontal. And then inside it we will add a text, which will be that price tag. So we'll add a text, and this text will say, oh, let's say from $5.99. Again, bold, remove the bold on the span, flex text center. This will be text size semi-large. Yes. Is it bold? It is bold. Okay, let's bold it. Let's make it bold. Text weight bold. Bam, made it bold. And then we will add that button. So there is a button here with this icon. So let's add that. So this will be a div block. It won't be a div button. So we'll have first a div block that will be also flex center. It's just flex center horizontal. Let's put another spacer. And then this will be, we'll have a div block which will be button. And inside this button there will be text, and then also there will be image. Yeah, let's just use an image for now. There are many ways you can, you know, make an icon. I prefer SVGs, to be honest, but for now let's just use an image. This will be icon. We also have icons small, and this looks more like it. And we can give a gap here, which is like, I don't know, 1 rem. Here that's like 0.75. Let's go for 0.5. Very small space, and it will say watch the announcement. Watch the announcement. And yeah, this will be a button. So let's convert this into a link block, remove decorations, and that's it. This is looking good. Now what I see here is that this section is a bit, you know, lifted up, or the section is lifted down. So we're gonna do that. We're basically gonna go to the header content, and just push it up a little bit. We're gonna push it up from margin, and we're just gonna push it up like -100 or -10 rems. Okay, so let's move on. So now we are done with this section. We will go to the next section. The next section is supercharge. So let's do that. So supercharge, let's go there. We already have container, we already have padding. And we just like go to the container. We will add a heading. So this will be supercharged by. This will be a heading h2. No, it will be text. It will be heading large, right? We made that yesterday. Heading large, header, heading large. There it is. All right, and let's center it. Let's put a div here. What will it say? Yeah, I think I can center all this, you know, all this element. So let's say supercharge header content, and it will be flex vertical center center. Let's put this heading here. We're good. Also, let's put some padding. So section supercharge can have some padding, or section header can have some, you know, lower padding. So let's say padding button, and we'll just like give, I don't know, 5 frames. That's good. And then we will let's add a class. Let's add a class to the container. So we wrap it in a div block that is called padding section medium, let's say. And then everything is padded inside. Okay, so let's take a break. Let's take a break. Okay, so we're back at it. I put my glasses again because I can see better. Also, we need to be faster because the time is almost up. Okay, so let's continue. So we have supercharged by, and then we have these 2 chip icons or graphics. So let's add a div. We'll call this chips. See, I struggle with this, like chips section, chips wrapper. This will be like a grid, and why is it just in the middle? It will be 100%. It will be a grid of just the top ones. Also, yeah, okay. So I think I have this here in the assets. So yeah, there it is. First, let's have a div. We'll call this chip card or no, card. And this will have a div that will be image wrapper underscore chip or chip underscore image wrapper, and then inside it will be the image itself. Okay, so now that we have the image wrapper, let's add the image itself. So we'll add the image. We'll choose the M2. So it's this one. See, these images come with a shadow and they're not very nice quality, so we can enhance on that later on. But for now, let's just see the size of 5, because maybe when we make it smaller, it improves. So chip underscore image, and you cannot save your time. Please check your connection. My connection is fine. Like, what's going on? Okay, and then this will be, say, 500 by 500. Yeah, now it looks a bit better. And then we'll just convert it to rams. I mean, like 31. And let's center this wrapper. So everything is centered. Actually, let's just make it flex. Like I don't know why I need grid. And then let's add another div block that will be chip underscore content, and this will have a list of text. So we can use a list. Let's use a list, and let's remove the bullets. So it's an unordered list without bullets, and the list item will be a text of size, what's the size? 19, so like the default text. So let's copy the text. So it's like 8, let's close this. 8 core GPU. Okay, also let's make sure that we don't get the bold. And yeah, we can just say text weight bold. Actually, no, we will color this later. So let's call this text chip 1. No, not Z1. And we'll give it the color. Let's give it that color. So it's a gradient color. Let's do that. Again, we'll go to image background, and we'll go to linear this time. We'll add the colors. So there are like 4 colors, I think. So we'll add them here, and this will be 90 degrees, and we're gonna clip it to text. And then we make it bold as well. Yes. Okay, we'll just need to as well center this. So let's go to list and let's center everything. Just center it. Yeah, this is looking better. All right, so let's duplicate this. This list needs to be vertical. Let's duplicate this. So we have 4. We'll say 10 core GPU. Unified memory. And 100 GB of memory bandwidth. All right, so we have this card ready. Let's do the next one. So let's copy chip card and duplicate it. This will be the M2 Pro. M2 Pro. These will be different colors. So this will be the linear that is bluish. So let's change that. So we get text chip 2, and we will just add the background again. So this is like blue and then dark blue. Just bring that here. It'll be 90, and we'll clip it to text. Good. And this will say something else. Will be up to. We also make it bold. Let's make it bold. Yeah. All right. Let's remove these. And there are some empty list items. Let's copy this 4 times. Let's paste the text. All right, so now we have this section done. We also need that background. So there is a background here, and there is like a gradient. So let's build that. Let's do that. Let's go to section supercharge, and let's go to background. Let's get the background color. What's this background color? It's like linear. What is this? This is the background color. It's also a gradient. Is it also a gradient? Yeah, it is a gradient. All right, so let's do that. So the background color will be a gradient of 90 degrees, and it will have this color, and it's the other color, like bluish, from purplish to bluish, this color. Nice. And then we have these fades, you know, like you see, like it fades in. So we can do that by building some div blocks. So we can go to the section supercharge. Let's make this section relative for the sake of this thing that we're gonna do. So let's make it relative. Let's have a div block in the background. So this div block will be absolute. This will be gradient top underscore supercharge. So like we can know what it is. And this will be at the top. And let's say we give it a height of, I don't know, 200. Yeah. And let's make it linear. So what we will do is we'll go give it a gradient color of this. And it will be black, yes, and it will be white, but at 0%. So this way, if you can see now, you have this like shade and it fades in the color. And we'll do the same for the bottom. So we'll just have another one. We'll duplicate this. We'll call this button underscore supercharge. And we will make this the other way. So instead of 180, it will be 270. No. Can we make 360? I don't think it's use 0. And let's place it down, and that's looking good. All right, so what else do we have? We have this paragraph here. So this paragraph is a bit smaller than the paragraph on top. So this is like a text size. It's a 28 pixels paragraph. So let's put it here. All right, so this will be paragraph. Let's change this because this is relative 1, just so we know. And let's continue. Okay, so this text size medium, I think, like 24, it's 1.5. So is this 1.5? No. Okay, so text size semi-large. There you go. And let's wrap it in a div that says center. No, center text. Yeah. So there are two ways that you can use classes like this. Previously, we made combo classes. We made combo classes that are way too much. Like these are 3 combo classes. For me, that's too much. You can also layer it. So like you can have a div block inside a div block, and each div block will have one of these so that you have everything organized. Or you can use this method. This is up to you. Also, like, since we're here, I want this to be, thing is you don't have percentage here, which is pretty annoying. So let's use rems. So what's the default size? 19 divided by 16. All right, let's continue. So now we need to copy this text. And let's actually wrap this. Let's see this use case. So let's wrap this in a div block, and we have this called max width large. Yeah, looks about right. Let's give space here. Why is this like that? All right. The next generation. Okay, so, and we will add the color. So here we'll have text color gray, and we'll have it bold. Now you can see, like, we can add the bold here, for example. Not very good practice, but this is just to show you that you can layer instead of just putting everything all at once. Let's add also a spacer. So we need a spacer. Let's add a div block. So this div block will be here. No, it will be here above max width, and it will be called spacer. Let's say large. Yeah. All right, so we continue. Now we need to build this button here. So this is a very simple, I think it's a simple button. So let's do that. Let's do it. We are running out of time, so maybe we'll finish this. We'll continue on this tomorrow, since I don't want this video to be super long. And yeah, so spacer large, and then here will be a button custom. We'll call it button custom. And button custom will be our button custom M2. Let's, you know, refer to that. So M2, we know this is for the M2 chip, and it will have another div inside it, which will be button custom content. So this is button custom content. So inside it we will have a text and we'll have an icon. So let's get an image, and let's find it if we have it. Yeah, we have it here. So choose image, we'll choose this vector, and let's flex horizontal, center. We'll do like, I don't know, 0.25 rem space. This will be icon small, yeah, and this will say go inside M2 and M2 Pro. Maybe a bit more spacing, so like 0.5, and this text will be bold. And what is the size of this text? It's 21. Okay, let's give it a button custom text. It will have size, where is it? Text size. So we can go text size 1.3. So this is it. And then this button basically will have, so this one, wait, how are we gonna do this? Okay, so this button has some padding. Let's give it some padding of 14, I think, just 1 rem all around. And we can go to the parent button custom and give it a background linear of these colors, the border colors. So we'll just copy those. So there are a few colors here that we will need to copy. So this one, and then another one, blue. Okay, and then the last one will be dark blue. Oh wait, this one didn't apply. Let's do it again. All right, so, and then I think it will be, so if we move it, this will be to the side, so like 90 degrees. And yeah, and then this button will have a background of, I would want to say gradient. Let's see if this works. So I want this color and this color, and we will adjust it like that. Yeah, I don't know if this is gonna work. And then the parent element will have a padding of, let's say, 2. So this way we have a border. That's a gradient. Let's also give it a radius of 980. So this is the radius that we're using, so 620. And let's clip or overflow hidden on everything. This one also, let's give it the same radius, so 980 divided by 16. All right, so this is looking like it. Now upon hover, everything's changing to black. We can come back to animations as we just want to continue with the layout, and we are running out of time, so let's come back to this animation. Next is the card section. So inside supercharge there is a card section, so let's add that. So this will be a div block, and then we can have a new section which will be Where is it? A new div block. Okay, so this div block will be section like supercharge, let's say supercharge cards wrapper. And here we'll have the cards. So let's finalize with the cards and finish this video, and tomorrow we'll continue on the rest, just to not waste a lot of time. So, okay, the cards are, so if we have a look here, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards. This card is like a full width card. So let's do that. First, we'll need some padding global. So let's just copy this, and then this is what I like to do sometimes, is just like copy this, and then I'll delete this part and I'll add here. So this will be card grid, and we'll make a grid for it, and just like let's first add the first card item. This will be 100%. Say 100%. It will have a radius of 30, and this one will be card 1. Also we'll put some padding. So this is padding 40. Where's padding? So padding 40, which is 2.5. I always forget. And now we'll add the card content, and we'll have text. We'll say speed and capability. Speed and capability. Actually, because I see that everything is in bold, so instead of just doing that, let's do that here. So just everything is in bold. And heading 3 here, we'll say compared to Intel based. There's some space here. Let's see, what's the space? Yeah, so let's get a spacer. So we can add a div block. We'll call it spacer medium. Maybe smaller. Spacer small. Yeah, that sounds about right. Let's duplicate this. So like we can collapse all the navigator and then, you know, have it fresh. So now I can see my elements better. Let's have a div block. We're gonna call this div block stats card capability. Is this a button? Yeah, these are buttons. Now this section is actually a tab section. We can build a tab section. Let's do that. It would be an interesting tab section. So let's get tabs and let's get the content. First we'll, not a list, we'll add a div block. This div block will consist of these basically. So let's do that. So this div block will be called card tab content. Inside it there will be a div block that is, well, first the header, I think. There's this header, changes, okay. So header, and then each one has like a div. So let's do that. Let's add a header. And this will be I think this is the same size as the H3, right? No. So this will be text size large. Yeah. And this will say faster filters. So this is the first one. It will say faster filters. This is photo editing. Faster filter. Okay, so card tab content. Let's give it some top and bottom padding, or at least top padding. So 2 rem. Let's say up and down. Yeah, this looks better. And let's start building these lines stats thingies. So inside tab card content, we have this div block, which we're gonna use for this. Okay, so stats card stats list, and then inside it will be card stats item. There will be a div, which is the line. So line stat, and this will be 1, let's say, because blue. Or let's give it the height, and then we will adjust. So this is 6 height, 6 pixels height. This is 1, so it will have that blue color. So this blue color, let's get the color. Let's get the color. So we will go to background color. We will add a linear color because it's a linear color. We'll just copy these colors. So 1, okay. Now just paste it, enter. Another one will be this color. And the third one will be the blue color. All right, we have this, but it's gonna be also 90 degrees, not 180 degrees, because we want it to be sideways. Okay, so card list, let's add a spacer between the title and the list, which will be spacer medium. Yeah, spacer medium is fine. And then this is the first one. So the lines, the card list will have, the item will have another div. So let's put these two in a div. So line name container, and let's add a text under this, just like how it is here, Mac Mini with M2 Pro. So we'll do that. Let's flex vertical align start, because we're gonna animate this later, and then the gap will be 0.5 frames, just to add some gap. Now the line got hidden. We can set that up to be 100% just to see it for the sake of designing, but then later on we're gonna control this from Webflow animation. We're also gonna add the number. So this card stat item can be horizontal flex, and this section can be 100%, just like so it stretches out, and then this section will have that number. So it says 4.7x. Just let's add a text inside this. Let's say 4.7x, or small x. All right, and then let's take this div block. We'll say stat number wrapper. We'll make this don't shrink, and we will change the font size to be stat number text. So the font size is to be 48. Now this is not something we had in the style guide because it's like custom. So let's just do it here. So 48, and then the font weight will be just 1. All right, so, and then we'll need the color. So we'll color it blue. It will be colored blue. No. Okay, looking good, looking good, looking good. So there is some spacing between the number and the line. Let's apply that spacing. So we can apply that spacing here since we have this already in flex. So we can say 1 rem, I don't know, or 2.5, sounds about right. Also, this line as well has some radius, I think. Yeah, it has a radius. So this line, we can why is it saying FS model 1 heading? I don't know. So line stat is 1, let's say 100%, radius is 3. The background color, let's repeat that. That was a mistake from my side because I didn't notice that another class was applied. Even though I just pressed 1, it just automatically picked another class. Now this happens, and that's why you need to be careful not to change something that is already applied somewhere else. So just to be aware of that. So this is 90 degrees. Now we're good. What else? Okay, we're looking good. This is Mac Mini 2, but this is like shaded. This one is not bold, surprisingly enough. So this will be text size small, which is 17. No, 17 by 16. Just text size regular. No. And then this will have a different color, so it'll be grayish. So let's go to this line. Let's go to this text. Text stat small, and let's give it the color, the gray color, and let's make it normal. And let's make it 17. All right, so this is okay. Also, there is some space, so maybe we'll just sell this to have one. All right, so let's copy this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, and let's give some padding between them. So we can go to the list, we can make it vertical, and then we can give a padding of, let's say, 1 rem between each, 1.5. All right, so now let's have a look. So this is Mac Mini with M2, and let's fix that. There's an enter, and this will be what's the stat? 3.5x. This will not be as long, so here it will say be different. So let's change this. So this is 2. This will not be 100%. Let's say it's 70%, and it will have a different color. Let's go to have a color gradient. So let's copy these colors. Yellow, this orange, and then we have this purple. I love purple. Purple is like my favorite color. So 90, looking good. And this one will be different as well. So this text will have this color is M2 with this color. Yeah, looking good. All right, let's continue. So Mac Mini with M1. Now this one is gray, similar to, I think, the header. So let's do that. Line stat is 3. Gradient, misclicked. Gradient, this color and white. So white FFF, and yeah, also 90 degrees. And this one will have, let's say, 50% width. I think this is like the other way around. So let's do that, let's move this white here and dark here. Yeah, it makes sense. Also, I see that there is no radius, so let's apply the radius to the actual line stat, and then there's one. Also, I don't know why I did that. You can actually just select from the selector and apply that easier. Let's continue. So we have, like, these don't have a stat number, so we're good. And let's continue. Now we'll animate this in the next episode, but it's going to be cool to animate this on tab change. So basically we're going to do that on tab change. We're going to animate this intro thing. So here it's a little bit longer. So this one will be S4 and it's 60%, let's say. And also a trick just to, because I always like to make shortcuts. So S3, you can just duplicate S3 and just name it S4, and yeah, this way we can just increase 60 and it still have the same class because it's the same style. This will have the same thing, so is 3, and we'll duplicate, we'll call it is 5, no, not 4, is 5, and this will be like 30. Yeah, I think there's more space or less space between these, so this might be 0.75 and more space between them, so this might be 2 instead of 1. And now it's looking pretty similar to the real one, so that's good. The card itself, so what did we do? The card don't have padding, so we need some padding, so we'll give it 40 padding all over. Oh wait, this is the card item, card grid. Yeah, what does the card item have a top padding? Let's remove that. So this is the card. We're gonna give it the styles. So what we have here is a linear as well. So let's do that. The background is a linear, this color plus this color plus this color, and it will be something like this, right? Like this. So look, come on, today I'm misclicking a lot. Apple Mac Mini. Yeah, so the blue is here, the purple is here. That's about right, so let's do that like that, something like this. Okay, and then we'll also have some radius, so be 30. Let's change it to rem 2, say 2 rems, and yeah, and this won't have any background. Why is there a background? Where's this background coming from? Oh, so the background's coming from here. So let's do that. Let's remove the background from here and add it to here, so that we can change this background, or let's just add the black background here. Black. No, I'm lazy. Let's continue. All right, so we have the first card. Let's edit the tab items, the tab menu items. So this will be image, upscaling, and video editing, What else do we have? Video transcoding. We can add a new tab, or first let's give it a class. So let's give this a class. So card tab menu item, such a long name. Let's give them all this class so that we can style them together. And let's add a few more tabs. So we have video transcoding, code compiling, and productivity. So let's do that. So video transcoding, copy, code compiling, we get that. And then productivity. All right, so this will be styled like so. So will not have any background, will be transparent. Not what was okay, we didn't copy this all the way. Also, you see like this is copying some bold text, which I don't want. I hate when this happens, like it's such a inconvenience. This doesn't have it, this has it. So you can select it and remove this bold text, because this is just gonna mess around with our build, our styles. So let's just copy the same class everywhere on this list, and then the last one, and this will be transparent. Start styling it transparent. The text color will be white. No, it won't be white, it will be gray. We didn't say, yeah, this is the gray. And yeah, we have this dash thing. So image upscaling. Let's remove the paddings. Let's remove this paddings. Let's make it 0 everywhere, so they're next to each other. And then here I will have this /, and we'll add it to all of them. This way it looks like it has a /. Yeah, and then let's end the tabs menu. Let's make it horizontal. Let's make it wrap. Let's add some spacing. So 0.5 frame, I think it's good, or like 0.25 is good. Also, let's make this text size to be big. So we have 32. So that's 2 rems, that will be text size h3. We can apply this to the tabs menu itself, and we'll apply it everywhere, or we can just choose it. Since we created a class for it, we can just choose it. We can go to the style, we can go to h3, and we'll get that font size. All right, and let's give it a different font height. We're not going to use the variables, we're just going to use 1 or 2. No, 1.5. This is good. This is good. So this maybe have a spacer medium, and yeah, this is looking nice. This is looking nice. So maybe another spacer medium just here. Yeah. All right. So let's have a look. Things are looking more like it. Okay, so yeah, so that's card number 1. Man, we are so late on time. Also, let's change this, the current state, to not have a background, to be transparent, and to have a text color white, so that everyone that is active has a text color white. We're not gonna do the rest of the content because of time, but we will come back to that, or I can just copy the content that is on these tabs since they're the same. We just build it, and then tomorrow or the day where we do animation, we'll animate them one by one. So let's continue. So this is the first card in the grid. So another card, we'll just add another card. Let's make this a grid, like an actual grid with one column. Yeah, just so we'll make it one column, two columns, and let's choose this card because this card is gonna be full. So let's just bring it as 2, and then the other card, this is odd. I think I styled the wrong thing. So when we're gonna style a card item itself. So this will be 40, and this will have that background, which is actually no. So this will be 40. It will not have a background, but it will have is speed, and then we'll apply the background. This way we can apply separate background to each one. Let's get that color again. Where's this color? This is item card. Okay, there you go. I have the website there, so that's why I am looking at the other screen. I just don't want to go back and forth between tabs here on the video. So let's do that. I didn't apply this color. It needs to be applied. So this is this color, and we said this blue goes on the right side. Next we have this card. This card will also take a full width, and this card will have different content. So let's get the color of this card. So we'll just get the colors. We'll call this is compatible. We'll have an image gradient of this color, and then this color, and then the orange. Nice. Okay, and then we'll make it something like this. Yeah. Okay, here we'll say compatibility. It's always good to copy paste stuff, but as you saw, like with the bold and copying, I usually opt for just writing it. Let's remove these stuff and just keep the heading, and then let's add another div. We'll call it content card, and inside it we'll have a heading 3. This will be heading large, heading medium, I think, heading small, heading medium, yeah, which is 56, so 3.5 frames. No, so heading small, yes. This will say mini does that, and then there will be another paragraph under it. So let's actually see, you like just copy paste it without the styles, but sometimes you just forget, it causes problems. Let's add a paragraph. This paragraph will say, with Mac OS, your go-to apps are lightning fast, blah blah blah. Let's copy this. Let's remove this font height. I'm facing problems with this. Actually, First, let's copy paste this well, close this. Let's go back to body. Let's go to body, all pages. Let's just remove the font height. There is no font height. We'll apply it later. Now this content card needs to have a max width, so we can apply a combo class max width small. This actually looks more like it, so that's good. And let's add a spacer small between the heading and the paragraph, and then we'll need to add the picture. So this is the content, we will add a picture. So this is div, this card will have flex, this will be mini image wrapper, and this will have an image which is this one. All right, now because of this image, we'll first need to make this centered. Let's tell this to be, okay, so what I need to do is I need to push this up so this content card can have an auto top, and it's not pushing it up. Card content needs to be 100%, and let's lay it out vertical center. Card content will have another auto from the bottom so that it's centered. So you see, now this picture is annoying me, so I'm just gonna give it a width. And 55. Also, let's remove all padding from this card and let's just add it to card content. So card content can have 40 on the side and 40 from the top, maybe also 40 from the bottom. So this way it looks more like it. Amazing. All right, so this is card number 2. Now we are really running out of time. So let's continue tomorrow on the rest of the cards and the rest of the page. So we have the card section, we have this tab section, which is pretty interesting. We have another tab section here, so maybe this will be pretty much the same. Another card section, accessories. So you see, like, probably the next, like tomorrow's episode is going to be fast because most of the stuff are already created. We have card section again, and buttons. We already created these buttons. We have the styles, we have lists, we have everything. So it just usually takes, in the beginning usually takes the longest because you're setting up your initial styles, you're setting up the theme. But then later on, when you start creating more and more and more, it just follows a similar rhythm that makes it super fast. Thank you for watching the video. I hope I taught you something today. Stay tuned on the rest of this build. We'll continue tomorrow on the rest of this page and finalize it. So see you tomorrow in day 86.